Yo, what's up, everybody? I think we're good now. We're all set up. Hi Shaz, how's it going? I guess we'll go ahead and just get started. Since Shaz is probably the only viewer right now, and they already know what it does. So, European friendly thing. I just kind of stream whenever I feel like. It's only like 10:30 a.m. for me right now, so you know. But yeah. Let's. Is it? I don't know. Is it early? I don't know. Andrew making the YouTube chat says, "Why is it in my recommendations?" I don't know. Maybe YouTube knows that you know me in Discord or something, or maybe, I don't know, have you watched any Danny videos recently or anything like that, or just game dev YouTube in general? I think I put like tags that include game dev YouTube because I figured that might bring in Danny viewers, so that might be part of it. I don't know. I mean, when did I wake up? I originally woke up at like 6 on accident, which kind of sucks, but then I managed to go back to sleep, and then I woke up at like, literally about like 30 minutes ago or so. So at like 10. Anyways, let's go ahead and start up the Danny content, I guess. I mean, remember, where were we? I think we were in the multiplayer game one, I think. Yeah. So let me transition the content, transition the stream view over to here. And I guess we'll just go and get started. Currently, we have $50,000, so we are 1/10 of the way there. So that's pretty cool. So we're going for another 10,000 per day, roughly. So we'll probably try and get 10,000 or so today. And yeah. Oh god, that's loud. Sorry. Hopefully, let me know how the volume is as usual, because as usual I messed with the volume because I was recording some other thing. So, you know.
Wow, that was fun, right? So basically, rockets will grow on the rocket launcher, kind of like apples on trees. I'm pretty sure that's how rockets are made. Anyway, once they're ready, they will launch.
The volume's fine. Alright, awesome.
Just like real life. I haven't actually been personally followed by a rocket before, but I imagine if I did, it would follow
also,
me.
Andrew Make, thank you for the follow.
I don't actually know, because I haven't, I haven't been in a situation where a rocket's following me, but so now that we have a lot more obstacles, enemies, and other I did some more planning for the maps, story, and dialogue. Most of the writing I did on Google Docs, but some things can be easier with pen and paper, or so I've heard. So for the first time in my life, I picked up a pen and some paper.
No way.
What is this? Is this some sort of ancient technology? Look at this. After figuring out how to use a pen and paper, I put together some ideas and finally got to work on actually making stuff. So first, I made a screen model for displaying videos in-game. Now, I only recently started modeling, and even though this is pretty much just a cube, I'm pretty proud of this screen, okay? Then I found another text-to-speech thing and recorded some voiceover lines for the robots, and after that I made a quick video in After Effects to put on the screen, and here it all is together.
Hello, Karlson, and welcome to Generic Milk Company name. You're my prisoner and test subject. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. Not really. Anyway, let's get you started. Your only objective is to get to the milk as fast as you can. Sounds fun, right? If you can secure all the milk, you will receive a fantastic prize. This is your companion, Billy. He will help you through your journey, so take good care of him. He's pretty fragile. Well, good luck. And don't die. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. Unless...
I still haven't really figured out how I want to decide.
When am I coming
maps
back
yet,
from
but here's a little
vacation?
test I did for the
Probably in
second map that
like
teaches
a
you about
week,
sliding
or
and
I don't even
pushing
remember. I
pads
think
and
it's like
also
a
pushing
week or
buildings. So that's
so.
kind of the
I
basic
think
idea
maybe a
for
week and a
these
half.
maps. But
I
before
don't
starting to
remember.
design every single map,
I
I
don't
want
pay
to finish the
attention to
mechanics and polish the
planning
gameplay.
that my
Otherwise,
family
I'll
does.
just
My
have to
mom takes
redesign all
care
of
of
the
all
maps
that, and I
over
just
again,
kind of
which is kind of
do
stupid.
whatever.
And I mean, I am stupid, but I'm not that stupid. So first off, Billy Cornwall sent me a DM on Twitter and showed me some really cool concept art for the Boomer. So I wanted to try and model it in Blender, and here is the old Boomer versus the new one. It still looks pretty bad because I haven't done any texturing, but you get the general idea, and at least it looks better than it did before. Also, the bullets in Karlson look really bad, and they're just kind of blue blobs. So I made a bullet model, put some of that sweet glow in there, and also made some bullet explosion using Unity's particle. And here you can see the new shooting in action. It looks
No
much
way,
better now, and
Unity's particle
there's no blue
system.
blobs, which is, you know, pretty
Why are
good.
you not
You know
using a
what else is a
macro or
blue blob?
something for this? You
Yo,
can just leave the
mom.
stream
And then
macro
I
for
made a wall
24/7.
that you
I actually already did a macro for it like a long time ago in it, and I made a YouTube video of it. But I decided I want to do it legitimately because this is really the only way to count it as doing it by a human. So I can say I'm the first human to unlock it. You know, and using a tool assisted thing would not be considered legitimate, I think. So yeah.
and destroy because you know walls are nice.
Also, if you manage to find that video, keep in mind it is kind of cringe. So, because it was like like a year and a half ago or something. So, I was much more cringe back then,
Around the houses and
I think.
the walls, and also because destruction is always fun. And I can probably make some fun maps with this, where you have to trick the missiles into exploding the walls so you can actually proceed. I think you know it could be kind of cool. And the next thing I want to work on is grappling, because currently you need a grappling gun for grappling, which just kind of slows down the gameplay, and it means you can't even shoot while grappling, which is kind of boring. And a couple of people suggested that I make grapple points, so you can grapple while holding a gun. And someone also sent me a video of a game that I couldn't find the name of, and it seems the developer maybe stopped working on it, but I thought it was really cool. And the gameplay is extremely similar to Karlson, but the only difference is that this game actually looks good and fun, and
You wonder if Danny would
Karlson is not.
congratulate you
Well,
once you
this
get a
video really
Gucci
showed
banana.
me
That would
that
be
it's
pretty cool.
probably better
Yeah,
to
that'd be
use
pretty
grapple
cool. That's
points
assuming
instead
he
of a
comes
grapple
back
gun
and
because
starts
it just
making
looks way
Reddit
better.
reviews
So
by the
I made
time I
a lamp.
finish.
Then I made a spinny boy, did some of that coding, and there we go. You can now grapple onto the lamps. This is epic because you can now hold guns while grappling, which is great for
Oh yeah, by the way, I want to show you all something I noticed today. I actually made a Reddit post about it on r/DannyDev. So basically, let me get this pulled up. So basically, so let me, so if we go on to SteamDB, which is like a website uh, for like, you can see like the statistics of Steam games with this website, right? So if you search for Karlson right now, um, and go to update history. In the past, there have been like automatic updates from like changing user tags, but those are automatic, right? But now there's a different one where it's changing the OS list. And I asked my friend who has developer access to a Steam game, and they said they're pretty sure that this setting needs to be changed manually. So there's a pretty good chance that either Danny did it or some person from Steamworks, but hopefully Danny. Which means, you know, it could be Karlson that he's working on, but obviously we don't know that, so, you know. But I just thought that was cool. Yeah. Yeah, I hope it was Danny. Yeah, I hope so too.
in your fingers, I guess, because you have to hold down so many
Although that doesn't
buttons right now.
necessarily mean he'll come back soon, even
And
if
with
it
all of this
is
new stuff in
him.
place, I put together a new map to showcase everything together. For this test map, I've just shamelessly copied some of the areas from his game and also added some of my own. Again, it's just a test map to test the grappling functionality. I'm not actually going to literally copy his map and put it in the game, obviously. Or am I? Frick you, Billy. So if you want to play this garbage game for yourself, make sure to wishlist it on Steam right now, snappers, to get notified whenever it comes out. That's all I have for this episode though. Make sure you smash subscribe for more Billy videos, and so we can get 1 million subscribers so I can finally compensate for my PP size. Also follow me on the social medias, and links are in the description down below. I post a lot of useful insight and good stuff, so yeah, you should totally follow me. Also, it's time to answer some common questions that you fuckers send me every single day. When will Karlson come out?
When is Karlson
I don't know. Do I look like a man with a plan? No, I literally don't know how to put my socks on properly, and y'all expect me to plan a fucking release date? Hell to the no. It's not gonna happen. I don't know. How much will Karlson cost? Again, I'm not really a man with a plan, but probably between $5 and $10. Though on release, I'll probably just snap a discount on there, so it's like $5. That's the idea. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. More videos coming soon. Also, thanks for the epic support on the channel lately. It's pretty cool. So make sure to subscribe for more trash. As always, drink milk, hit Billy, and beat your will. So a lot of you guys want to see me make a VR game, which is it's a pretty good idea. I'll just go ahead and make a VR game with the VR headset I don't have. Oh wait. And so the only obvious solution here is to make my own VR headset, because clearly I can't afford a real one. I'm really poor. This is what poverty looks like. Don't judge me. So the first thing I'm going to need is the base of the VR headset itself, and I think I have just the thing for the job. Here's what we're gonna need: empty milk carton, scissors, knife, glass, milk, duct tape, duck, marker, phone. Now this is going to be a very simple process, and pretty much anyone can make this. It should take like about 5 minutes or something. First, we mark the area where the phone will be located. Then we use the other milk carton as a ruler to draw lines along the main carton. Once this is done, we can start cutting. Chop chop, as a Swedish man once said. And now we have a hole for the phone. Let's test it. Great, now my phone is stuck in a fucking milk carton and I can't get it out. How the fuck am I supposed to? More cutting. Chop chop, big hole. Now you can insert the phone and you can see it through the big hole. Now all we need is a tiny bit of duct tape. Perfect. Now cut the duct tape into small pieces. Chop chop. Then we place them inside of the main milk carton, which will support the phone and hold it in place. Wow, look, it's totally being held in place. Amazing. Get another milk carton and start slicing it up. Chop chop. Fuck, there's still milk in there. Now we need to fit it to my face. Chop chop, 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 chop. More duct tape. I said more duct tape. Now probably the main feature of this headset is it's completely wireless, which puts it leagues above all of your current VR headsets, because they all have stupid wires, which is just annoying. You can also unscrew the lids. Now can a real VR headset do that? I don't think so. So all that's left now is to make some games we can play on the Oculus Milk. So we're gonna make some games for the Oculus Rift. It's gonna be great. Let's do it. First off, I made a test scene just to make sure everything is configured right. After everything is set up, I put my VR headset, the Oculus Milk, on, which is a really simple process. And as you can see, I can fully look around in all directions and even move around. This is how you move around. It's really intuitive. It's just like real life. I can't even tell the difference. It feels like I'm just on a walk outside. What the? But I also want to be able to interact with menus and perform actions. But here's the problem. I don't have any VR arms. I only have my face. Which got me thinking, what other sensors can we use? That's when I was reminded of this crackhead preschooler screaming at a microwave. And I realized screaming is the optimal solution. So let's try that again. Look at all these cubes. If only I had some arms so I could pick them up. Wow, what a success that was. Usually VR headsets make you really motion sick and dizzy, but I barely noticed anything when using mine. So now let's make another game. Now the most popular VR game is probably Beat Saber, and when I visited the Unity headquarters in Denmark, I actually got to try Beat Saber for myself, which was really awesome. And then me and Noah liked it so much, we actually stole like 3 or 4 of the headsets and then just ran. We just got out of there, dude. Anyway, so before the police shows up, let's just make this Beat Saber game. So first I put together a basic scenery, and then I made some particle using Unity's particle system. And here's what it looks like so far. Then I copied the start menu from Beat Saber and also gave the player a massive laser PP. Now the entire point of Beat Saber is to slice cubes. It's kind of like Fruit Ninja, but without the fruit and without the ninja, so it's actually nothing like Fruit Ninja. Anyway, I made a cube, and is it just me, or is that cube looking kind of Then, by using the Easy Slice framework for Unity, we can do this. Chop chop, and here is some footage of me testing it out and slicing a bunch of cubes with my massive laser PP. All that's left now is to make the cubes move towards the players, so let's give it a shot, and oh fuck! Then I became a Jedi for a while, and finally ended up with this. Now you might think this is actually the real Beat Saber, but it's actually just my version, and I've called it Bad Saber. Also, all of the music for my game is provided by my man Evan King. You should check out his channel with the link down below. He's almost at 20k subs, so you know what to do, gamers. But that being said, let's try out Bad Saber on the Milkulus Rift, the Oculus Milk. Okay, let's see here. How to play. Cut in the arrow direction and match the color. There's only one color, but okay. Release info, that's boring. Yeah, party or solo? I don't have any friends, so I think we're gonna have to go with solo here. Huh! Let's start a bit easy. Ah! Oh yeah! Look at me go! Is this the real Beat Sabers? Cause I can't tell the difference. My neck is starting to hurt a bit. I'm getting motion sick. Oh, I'm so motion sick. Holy f. Yeah, let's do one more. Okay, this is a bit easier. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. My vision is starting to blur. I'm so motion sick. No. Okay.
Danny just casually making the greatest invention ever. Yeah, for real.
So that worked out much better than expected. It really felt like I was playing the real Beat Saber. And again, I didn't even get slightly nauseous or motion sick at all. So let's make another game. Pistol Whip is another really cool VR game, so yeah, we're just gonna make a shitty version out of that too. First, I just got a pistol into the game because it's called Pistol Whip. You kinda need to have a pistol in the game, you know what I'm saying? Then I found a ninja model on the asset store and made a run animation. And is it just me, or is that ninja looking kind of? So the ninja can now run and I can shoot him in his stupid face, which is pretty cool. And then I did some more polishing, put together a quick map, and here is the results. The music in this game is, of course, as well by your boy Evan King, so check him out with the link in the description. But with this being done, let's try this on our Oculus Milk and then see how well it works. Let's just get started. Ah! 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 Okay, dude, this is hard, man. Yeah, bitch. Yes! Come on! Suck my
hot dog.
So after making all of this, I found out there's this thing called Google Cardboard. And some idiots actually made a VR headset out of cardboard. Can you believe it? It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Why would anyone do something as ridiculous as this? I would never ever consider making something dumb like you know, VR headset made out of cardboard. Come on, dude, are you kidding me? Anyway, Google very clearly stole my idea here, so Google, if you're watching this, I challenge you to a boxing match, one-on-one. The only thing missing to make the Oculus Milk perfect is implementing VR hands, so it's more like a proper VR headset. And also, I won't have to scream, because my neighbors keep calling the police for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. Die! Anyway, there's just one problem, and that is I'm using my phone, so there is no way to do this. Or is there? What if we theoretically set up a server on my computer, connect the main phone to the server, and then we get 2 more phones which will be used as hands, and then we send information from these phones to the computer back to my main phone.
He said he can't afford the headset and he just casually buys 2 extra phones just for the video.
Now you might be saying, I didn't understand any of that, and also wouldn't it be easier to just go buy a proper VR headset? Probably. Am I going to do that though? No, I don't think I will. So in the next part of this video, we're gonna make a VR headset with VR hands. So make sure you smash subscribe so you don't miss it, you doofus. Also wishlist my game Karlson on Steam to make me a happy boy, okay? Just do it. Check out my social media, Twitter, Facebook. We even got Instagram now, so you know. How you doing, fellow kids? Am I hip enough for you now? Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. You're awesome. Make sure you smash like if you like, smash dislike if you don't. As always, drink your milk, hit the sack, hit Billy because f Billy, but don't hit women because that's bad. Okay, see ya. Why you don't try make a 3D game? Or you can't do that? It's been 3 months since Jotaro said I couldn't make a 3D game, and I set out to prove him wrong. But, well, he was kind of right. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing at this point, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. So I put my game on Steam, and it's currently around the top 50 most wishlisted game on Steam, which is insane and also really stupid. So there's really no going back at this point, and if I don't finish this, I'm f***ed. So let's get to work. In the last episode, we made a little robot friend called Billy. He's completely and utterly useless, but kind of cute. That's also what my mom says about me, but without the cute part, so just completely and utterly useless. Anyway, we're gonna start off this episode by making a new pistol model, because the old one is literally just 2 squares stacked on top of each other, and when Roblox Boy69 tells you that your pistol model looks like it's probably time to change it up. So this new one I made has at least like 5 squares or something, which is like twice as good as the old one. And here it is in game. I even added animations to the pistol, and those little empty bullet things that fly to the side of the gun when you shoot. Yeah, I know how weapons work, duh. Next up on my modeling list is a new enemy, because currently the only enemy in the game is this dude, and I mean... I don't think I need to explain why we need a new one, but he do be looking kinda thick though. And in the previous episode we made our little robot friend Billy. Oh, catch! That's totally lava. So we're gonna make a robot enemy as well. Now, since I still suck at making 3D models, I'm just gonna go ahead and like stack 3 cubes on top of each other, and yeah, I mean, kinda looks like a robot. So I slapped him into the game, and here he is in action. He might look a bit tame right now, but don't be fooled. If you as much as touch his toe, he's gonna wake up and murder you and your entire family. Remember, this is a killer robot you're looking at here. And so I gave him an angry face and did some quick animations, and he will now chase us around the map. Then I made a quick little test map and a couple of robot clones and had an epic battle with them. Now this clip would probably be impressive if their bullets could actually damage me, which they can't, because I don't like losing, and therefore I turned off the damage on the player. Yeah, you robots, you dumbasses. Anyway, a lot of you weebs want me to give Karlson a katana, so you can do melee attacks and slice enemies, which is actually a pretty good idea. And most FPS games have some sort of melee attack. Whether that be Doom's chainsaw or GoldenEye's bitch slap, yeah, you could literally slap the life out of people in GoldenEye. It was pretty golden. It's funny because it's called Golden Eye, and I said gold. Okay, so I'm not gonna have something as iconic as slapping the shit out of your enemies, but instead I made a katana model to please all of my weebs out there. But hear me out, it's not just any katana, it's a katana laser grappler gun thing. Now you might be asking, what the f? And yeah, you're absolutely right. I ask myself that every day too. So first I added some slice animations. Shop shop. Now it does look really bad, so I added some trails to hide the bad animations, and ta-da, it looks kinda sick. Even though the animations are absolutely garbage. Just like my coding skills. I also made the gun duck whenever you slice, so you don't slice your own gun, because that's not a very good idea. And then I made some particles using Unity's particle system. Now the Unity particle system is actually super versatile, and you can do
Is there an HP system, or does Karlson just die in one hit? I think he dies in one hit. At least I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's how it is in the demo. At least.
Even make a tutorial
I don't know.
about it on my
That's how it is in
channel.
full.
Anyway, here is how the katana looks so far. It goes shop shop, and enemy goes bye bye. If you catch my drift. Smash like now if that makes you
If he
go,
changes
wow,
later,
that's
yeah,
cool.
it seems a bit difficult, but
remember
we'll see.
that
I
this
guess.
is not just any katana, it's the ultimate grappling katana. So now you can use the backside to swing around with it. I also made it so you can grapple onto enemies, so here's another clip, I totally didn't spend hours trying to record this. What do you mean? Don't judge me. It's still a bit rough though, but it's pretty fun, and the movement feels much better now as you have many more options. And also performing a shop shop on the enemies is just super satisfying. So, do you remember how we just spent a lot of time putting together these new robot enemies? Yeah, me too, so I'm just gonna go ahead and, Now, the reason I had to yeet the new enemy is because, well, they suck. If you remember 3 episodes ago, I said, physics make me go yes. And this guy is clearly not physics, so he makes me go no. Therefore, we need to make the enemies more like Billy, so we can push them around and they're actually interactable. So I did a bunch of boring code which nobody cares about. Get it out of here! And basically, this is just inverse kinematics. So instead of having to animate the robots, they will just walk by themselves, and I don't have to do anything, which is great. Now, if you forgot what inverse kinematics are, here's a recap from my previous video. Now, if you don't know what inverse kinematics are, it's basically just kinematics, but inverse. Yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, inverse kinematics are great. Just look how great that is. Wow, good job, me. So I fixed it, and well, then he wanted to show me the dance of his people, and I'm not gonna lie, this boy got some moves. Some might even say he'd be looking kinda thick. Now his legs are kinda like jelly right now, and clearly this boy is in need of some calcium. So I got me some fresh milk to clear my head, and I did a bunch more boring code. Get out of here! And just like that, he's now really good at balancing. I said, just like that, he's now really good at balancing. Easy peasy. And when I say he's really good at balancing, I mean he's terrible at balancing. It was ironic. He's out here looking like my weak ass after one drink. Guys, this is literally me and the boys at 2 AM after drinking too much milk. Am I right, gamers? Smash like if this is also you and the boys after drinking too much milk. And finally, we need to give the robot some pathfinding. Now, if you don't know what pathfinding is, it's basically just finding paths. Yeah, so we can use it to make the robots find the shortest path to the player. But here is the problem. Unity's built-in pathfinding is not as versatile as their particle system.
This is so you have to drink too much milk.
So if I try to use it, this is what happens. Now, you should always remember the first rule of programming. Also remember the second rule, Danny is really dumb, so probably shouldn't listen to him, and also don't try this at home. Anyway, instead of finding a proper solution to the problem, I ended up finding a way to work around it, because that's how to be a good developer. So I just enabled the pathfinding, find a path, extract that path, and then disable the pathfinding again. This way, all of the boring stuff is being handled for me. I don't have to do anything complicated, which is great. And before my physics are ruined, I just turn off the pathfinding again. Now you might be saying, isn't this a terrible solution prone to error? Shut it, kiddo. Nobody asked for your opinion. Go back to school. And once that was implemented, he will now follow the player around and can navigate properly. You can also tweak most of the values. So let's, for example, give him a lot of recoil and see what happens. So we now have a bunch of drunk robots walking around and falling all over the place, which is exactly what I wanted. And with all of the hard work out of the way, it's very easy to add new enemies now. So I made a big boy, which is basically just the normal enemies, but he's a big boy, so yeah. And to give the player more movement options, I made it so you can dash off the enemies when you're slicing them in the air. So for example, by holding back, you fly backwards. If you hold forward, you fly forwards. And if you hold to the right, yeah, you guessed it, you fly to the left. Now, when it comes to games and making them feel good to play, it's very important with feedback, which Karlson currently has very little of, especially considering you can't even take damage currently. So here's what I want to add. First off, just health and damage. Then I want to get some hit markers in the game. And finally, some jump/landing feedback. A good example of this is Cluster Truck, where you really feel each landing and jump, generally achieved by smoothly moving the camera down when landing. So first I added an HP bar and a damage indicator. So whenever you take damage,
oh nice. So he did change it to an HP bar.
It's kind of hard to see, but
nice.
there's like a red arrow in the middle of your screen whenever you get shot. Next up, we have hit markers, where the color and the size will depend on what you hit. If it's, for example, a headshot, which is a critical damage, you'll get a yellow hit marker and twice the damage. And finally, I added some offset to the camera whenever you land to give it more of that juicy impact. There's also some smoke popping up if you fall with a high enough speed. It still kind of needs some tweaking, but it's already feeling much better to play. Now, not to brag or anything, but since I'm such an amazing programmer, adding new enemies is really easy with my new and improved code. All I have to do is just scale up the enemy, and we just suddenly have a working boss enemy. Dumbass robot, suck my big fat... Oh, you're his dad? I mean, Larry, we were just playing, right, Larry? Yeah, it was it's just a joke. Then Bacteria Slayer tweeted a picture at me, follow me on Twitter by the way, showing a milk bot. And I like milk, so let's test our new system out by just quickly adding this milk bot thing. So I made a very quick model, put an angry face on him, and there we go. Not sure if I'm actually gonna add this to the game, but the idea is pretty cool, and it goes to show that the code is kind of working, at least, which is good. You know what most games have? A main menu. So, you know, you can actually interact with the game. Now, the old main menu of Karlson has been killed, so currently there is no menu in the game. Therefore, we should probably make one. So the first thing I did was put together a scene which will be the background of the menu. Then I added some buttons you can click because, you know what they say, button cool. And the only button that currently works is the endless one, which just takes you to an arena where you can fight infinite amounts of enemies, which is pretty useful for testing. Just kidding, that's a lie. I'm using that as an excuse because I just like to dunk on robots, because it's fun. And I think for the future, it could be fun to turn this endless mode into a survival game mode kind of thing, where you get points for killing enemies and you can use them to buy weapons and other upgrades like double jump and speed and armor and whatever. But for now, I first want to focus on the single player. But I think it would sort of work like a roguelike kind of thing, which would be cool. So if you want to play this game when it's done, make sure to smash that wishlist button on Steam right now, and let's try to get the top 40 on the Steam wishlist charts. I just find it really funny how we're in the top 50. There's so many like professional and good games, and then there's Karlson, this scuffed ass piece of shit game with like the worst store page the world has ever seen that I put together in like 5 minutes, and I haven't updated it in 2 months. Yet Karlson is in top 50 on Steam wishlist. Now the game is still lacking many things, one of which is music, and obviously I also want to add more maps for the single player, which we will do more of in the next video. So make sure you smash subscribe so you don't miss it, and I think making the maps is going to take a lot of time, especially considering level design is really tough and I have no previous experience with it, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But I'm spending a little time every day researching and practicing level design so that I can hopefully make some fun and interesting levels. I also always post updates on Twitter and our Discord server, Instagram, Facebook, so you know, check out the links in the description, boy. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I like your face, you're great. Smash like if you like and dislike if you don't. Also, Davey504.
Nice question. Do you like milk? I don't like milk.
I can't believe you would say such a thing, and I challenge you to a 1v1. Okay, that's it. Remember to drink milk, hit Billy, and beat your will. So I uploaded a short video on Twitter asking you to give me your
Nice,
game
we got to the
ideas and
Milkman
mechanics,
Karlson
and
one.
the 5 most popular replies
Nice.
would be morphed into one single tragedy of a game. Now, I haven't looked
Well,
at any
you're
of the
actually getting
replies, of course,
somewhat
because that would
consistent
sort
the
of
future
ruin the
from
surprise.
Duel.
Instead,
Nice,
I'm gonna
nice.
use some code that finds the 5 most
Yo,
liked
Nino, how
replies
you
and
doing?
puts them in text files for me. So first, I gotta figure out how to make this Twitter code because I have no idea what I'm doing. So we need to use Python, which I of course know because I'm a programmer. Python is child's play. So I've done about 5 minutes of Python research and I'm practically an expert on the topic.
How much money do I have currently? Over 50,000 from the beginning of the stream, so I'm like over a tenth of the way there.
To be exactly what I needed, so I'm just gonna go ahead and yoink that code. Hippity hoppity, your code is now my property, kiddo. So I modified this code and wrote a quick class that will sort the tweets and boring, get that code out of here, nerd. Okay, so it's been 21 hours and we have 763 comments, and I said I was going to wait 24 hours before running the code, so we still have 3 hours. And there we go. Our code has now generated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 text files containing the most liked tweets. So let's check out the first top-rated suggestion. Hundreds of people have voted, so I'm sure it's good. It's terrible. This is terrible. Anyway, I wrote some code, and then I set up some buttons you can click, and here is the game so far. But it's missing something, so I added some particles using Unity's particle system, and Milk Drinking Simulator is now complete. Based on the suggestion, this is really all I could make. Okay, so let's check out the second most liked reply. Karlson, go to the store to buy milk. Okay, we can kind of work with this. For those unaware, Karlson is a character in a couple of games I'm working on. He also likes milk. So first, I got a skybox set up in the background, added some floor, and imported a robot from my game Karlson. He's kind of drunk, probably had a bit too much oil last night. But the suggestion was Karlson go to the store, not robot go to the store, so we need to make a 3D model of Karlson. So I just modified the robot model into a Karlson human model thing. And after a while, here is the result. It's a piece of Remember this kid? This is him now. For the love of all that is dairy, do not use that Karlson. So I got him into the game, and yeah. After patching him up, he now walks around totally natural, just like a human. Kinda looks like Mark Zuckerberg trying to be human, doesn't he? Anyway, I fixed up the movement and the balance, and he can now walk around really well and should never fall over.
Oh yeah, it's 11 o'clock, so I'm gonna check how much money I have. Actually, I forgot about that. 5,000 or 53,835. Not bad. So we'll probably stop. I'll probably stop around 11:30, and then I'll probably come back after lunch, and then I'll make the I'll try and get to 60,000. So yeah.
And to also implement the first suggestion, Karlson can now drink milk to heal up. And this made me really thirsty myself, so I took a quick milk break. Then I put together a little store so that Karlson can
60K today, trying to get to it. Not like 10,000, like adding 10,000 a day, just getting to 60,000.
I forgot to mention I also made
because I try to do 10,000 a day on average.
So that should be the second idea done, and here is the game so far. Let's check out the third idea. I'm sure it's something easy and simple like the previous suggestion, so I can... You guys are full of shit. So adding Inception to the game is probably the worst idea I could have gotten, but let's somehow do this. So my plan is to just turn the store window into a mirror that goes to the next level or something dumb like that, because I really don't have any better ideas. And so I replaced the window with a projection of the scene, so you can basically see the game in the window, which is kind of Inception, I think. Anyway, you can now just jump into the window, as you do, which will take you to the next level. Yeah, it looks like ass, and I'm fully aware of that. Yeah. So that's 3 mechanics done already, and let's just go to the 4th one. I'm sure it's a great one. Wow, time control. That's just what we needed for a game about collecting milk at the store. That's ironic. It's not what I want. Adding slow motion is pretty easy, and this is really all the code we need for it. So you can now jump in slow motion, drink milk in slow motion, or if you're feeling extra spicy this afternoon, you can get hit by a car in slow motion. Wow. Now you might be saying that this is a completely useless feature, and yeah, you're correct. It kind of reminds me of myself, actually. Okay, time for the fifth and final suggestion. Explosive Billy. So this is actually a good suggestion since we need some enemies for the game. Now if you don't know who Billy is, he's basically just a stupid robot I made for my game Karlson. But first I added some sound effects for the car, and it's now much more fun to get hit by it. So if you like getting hit by cars, you're gonna love this game. Then I added Billy to the game, but it's actually his evil twin brother Willy. You can tell by looking at his twisted face. So that's cool and all, but the tweet said to make him explosive. So I made an explosion effect using Unity particle system, did some programming, and let's test it out. Nice. Okay, great, so we now have merged all of your terrible ideas into one. Now we're just missing some maps in gameplay, so I set up a list of everything we need to do. First off, we got the main menu going, so you can now change some settings and select levels. And then I found some free textures by Leonard on cc0textures.com, which are really great and made the graphics come together nicely. Now the game needs some music, so I hit up my boy Evan King, and the conversation went a little something like this. And so I sent out a tweet and asked you all for instruments. And after 24 hours, I ran the code again and got the top 5 replies. There's a lot of cool instruments here that really fit the game, like kazoo, trumpet, mayonnaise. What's wrong with you guys?
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
I sent the instruments to Evan, and he put together probably the most sick mayonnaise track you have ever heard. Absolutely banging. Go listen to it on his channel. There's a link to the video down below, and also you should probably give him a subscribe, you know what I'm saying? So back to the game, I added some more maps for some variety, but the player model is still looking really flat, which I quickly fixed by making him thick. Now currently there is no way to fight the enemies, so let's add some pow-pow if you know what I'm saying. Now YouTube demonetized my last video, so we gotta keep it PG from here on out. And after some coding, we can now pick up guns, and Karlson will always aim at the closest enemy, so it's just kind of an aim assist system. I added plank, because plank. I've also made it so whenever you go into slow motion, your accuracy is increased by a lot, so hitting targets in slow motion is really easy. And thus, the slow motion is no longer useless, unlike me. Also added wheels that bounce you, because for some reason it's common knowledge that jumping on a pile of wheels will launch you into the air, which it really doesn't make sense, does it? Now currently Karlson looks very dead inside. It's kind of like myself. So I gave him some proper realistic eyes to spice him up a bit. And ta-da! Wow, beautiful! Now both of the Karlson games I've released have been pretty popular with speedrunning actually. So I also added a timer to this game which shows how fast you cleared a level. And this is probably the worst game in history of games to speedrun, since it's so random and you're playing as Drunk Karlson, which falls over like every 5 seconds. But hey, speedrunners out there, have fun, dude. I challenge you to complete the game as quickly as you can, and you are probably going to...
Yo, Ninjarium, how's it
I
going?
also added customization, so you can buy clothes, because...
Oh yeah, that reminds me, I probably
totally
should
uncool.
pin
And my favorite fit is
pin
probably
my
the John
Twitch
Wick, which
in
I
the
don't know about you,
YouTube
but
chat
it
in
looks
case
pretty
people want to
goddamn
go
sick.
there.
Now the
from YouTube.
customization also needs some hats. So I made a couple of them in Blender, and here they are. The most expensive one obviously being a banana, coming in at only $1 million.
Yo,
So
Gucci banana, let's go. What am I doing? I'll tell you in a second. Just gonna send something in the YouTube chat real quick so people can find the Twitch, because I almost forgot to do that. Alright, so basically, I don't know if you've watched Danny or anything anything like that in the past. We actually just got to the spot in the video where it happens. But basically, he adds in this. He's a game dev YouTuber, right? And in this part of his video where he makes this game, he adds some hats.
Now the
Right?
customization also needs
And he
some
makes a
hats.
joke.
So I made a couple of them in
in this
Blender, and
segment.
here they are. The most expensive one, obviously being a banana, coming in at only $1 million.
Yeah, so the
very
banana
affordable.
cost in the video it cost $1 million. For some reason he decided to turn it into $500,000, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, you have to do that to unlock it. You have to get $500,000. I don't think he ever expected anyone to actually do it, honestly. I don't know. Yeah.
Now you might be asking why not just go to the store and buy a banana for like $1, but
Also, if you want to know the strategy I'm using, let me know. If you want to know like the strategy.
Fashion. This is a Gucci banana, my dude, okay? Stupid, unfashionable people, you make me sick. Obviously, we also need a way to earn the $1 million. So you can now earn money by killing enemies and also by doing sick flips and tricks. It looks pretty easy, but that's just because I'm an epic gamer and it's actually quite hard. But if you get good at it, you can make a lot of money. Did I mention I like making my terrible games available for mobiles? Because I do. I already have like 4 trashy games for Android, but those are rookie numbers. So let's make that 5. I added a simple joystick along with some other small tweaks for mobile and then set up the store page in like 5 minutes. And just like that, Milkman Karlson is now available for Android. So if you have one, go download now, gamer. Also, the logo is so sick. And I made it in like 1 minute, but it's the best logo I've ever made for any game. You know what's better than having one gun? Having 2 guns. John F. Kennedy, 1994. Colorized. And so, of course, I had to implement dual wielding. Now, if you're not an epic gamer and you don't know what dual wielding means, it basically just means wielding dual. I want to make some maps where you're on top of a moving car, kind of like the movies. But that would be annoying and time-consuming to make, so we're just going to use
probably the
some
last
movie
Off the
tricks
Sticks
here.
reference in his
Instead of
entire
actually moving the car,
channel.
let's just move the ground. This is literally my face when I forget to drink my milk. Am I right, gamers? Smash like if relatable. Then we simply spice it up with some particles, camera shake, and buildings in the background.
You said that about the last one too.
Carlson
True,
is on a
true.
moving car. I guess you could say he's
I don't know.
Carlson. Woo. Anyway, it works really well, and it's just like he's actually standing on top of a... Wait, no. Get back on it. Bad Carlson, get truck. Thick truck. I also added a rifle to the game, which is totally not an AK-47, because that would get me in legal trouble, so I definitely wouldn't do that. Then I made a bunch of new levels. Currently, there's like 15 different levels you can play, and I also added a new game mode where you can fight against infinite waves of enemies. And it's pretty good for just grinding money and practicing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how Twitter made a really weird but kind of fun game. If you want to try it out for yourself, it's completely free and there's a link to download down below. It's also available for Android if you have one of those, so check the links in the description. If you want to see some more gameplay or how to install the game or other stuff, check out my second channel. Also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, join our Discord server, you know the drill. Come on, just do it. Also, wishlist the game I'm currently working on called Karlson on Steam right now, slappers. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. Smash like if you like, dislike if you don't, and as always, drink milk, frick Billy, and beat your will. Oh, this is totally not suspicious. Oh, hey, Billy, what's up?
Let me introduce you to Billy's brother.
Oh, you have a brother, Billy? You never told me. Where's he? Where's that little guy hiding at? Oh, you know? It's time for Karlson Devlog episode 5 or 6. I can't remember, and I can't even count that high, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so far we've made guns, explosions, multiplayer, Billy, yellow dude guy, and much more. So now that we have all of the building blocks, it's finally time to make the maps and put the single player together. Oh, well, making maps is probably pretty easy since you only need to do the easy... No, you. I haven't done anything other than baking lights the last 3 weeks, and I'm about to go insane. Oh, you're wondering what it means to bake a light? Usually you bake bread, right? Yeah. Listen, I don't know either. Do I look like a rocket scientist to you? No, I'm fucking... Alright, let's go back 3 weeks and see how I slowly descended into madness. So all of the maps I've made for the game so far are just thick, chunky blocks. Kinda reminds me of your mom. So yeah, this is how I used to make maps. Block. Booga, 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 booga. Oh, big block. Long boy. No, stop it, Danny. You can't just place big blocks everywhere and call it a haha map. Do you see why this is a problem? So a cube has 6 sides. And previously what I did to make a room was I took our player. Yeah, our player is a Bluetooth adapter, deal with it. And I would put 6 cubes around the player. This is stupid. It's a mess because now we have 36 sides and your computer will die. So instead of that, we can just use a single cube. So you just open up the cube and you just mash the player inside of there like that. And are you following? I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, I'll try and explain better. So, look at this nice, comfortable room our player is inside. Now let's take a look on the outside. Oh, it's just made out of 6 cubes. What the fuck? So we can just delete all of those cubes, and then we just like put our player inside of 1 cube. And then just go ahead and do some magic, and kapow! Our player is now inside of the cube. It's sick! And we have the same room with only 1 cube instead of 6 cubes. Do you get it now? Oh, you're wondering why I have so many cubes? Because it makes me look smart. I don't know how to solve these things. So anyway, now that we have made this revolutionary caveman discovery, I did what any sensible person would do. Long story short, I found some really good tutorials by my man Gabriel Williams on how to use ProBuilder, which is the tool I'm going to be using for making maps.
Danny's a speedcuber
And after
confirmed.
watching like
Yeah,
10
maybe,
minute
I don't know.
tutorials, I'm now practically an architect. Some might even say an expert in my field of interior architecture design. So first I designed the general layout in Photoshop. Then I started putting shit together using ProBuilder, and here is the results. Instead of 50 giant cubes, we now have a simple interior map which looks and plays just a little better. Then I took a quick break and added a sick reload spin. Also make sure to wish this my game on Steam Gamers, okay? Do it now or I will hurt you. So I find it easier to make a sketch of the map on paper first, and when I say sketch, I mean a piece of shit, because I can't even draw a straight line. What the fuck is this? Anyway, all we do now is get this and then whoop-ah. Wow, look, we have a map, just like that. Woo. And that's how you make a map.
Safety is our #1 priority here, and you should be perfectly safe, as long as you don't fall in the lotto. So why don't you try to perform some wall runs, Karlson?
Now, a lot of people are complaining about my terrible jokes in my videos, but just wait till you get your hands on this game. You little f***ers can never escape my jokes.
The next step should be pretty obvious, but take your sweet time. No pressure. Only pressure pads. Ha ha.
Jesus
so if you've been
Christ.
following the last couple of episodes of this series, you would know I added a sword thing. But obviously you have to unlock it first, because that's just how games work. So I made a quick map, and when I say quick, I mean it took me 2 days because I have to bake so much goddamn logic. And then you can just do some sick parkour, grab the sword, unlock that bitch, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, boys, so I've been making maps and baking lights for like 2 weeks straight now, and I want to die, and I thought I would show you what the map making process is like. So the first step is just to make a rough sketch of the map, which is, it's just a mess. I still can't draw, so this is really bad. Second step, make the very rough map interior. Third step, place a bunch of glass all over the map. Fourth step, enemies and obstacles and lava and boom boom. Fifth step, details. Sixth step, oh boy, it's time to bake some lights. And now we move on to the 7th step, which is, you know, placing some props and cubes and cabinets and cameras, just making it look nice. 8th step, make it look thick. And of course the final step, Billy. And we're done. Man, making maps is fun. I really love it. It only took me like 3 days with no sleep. I want to die. Now you're probably still a bit confused about what baked lighting actually means, and honestly I don't know either, so let's do some research. A light map is a data structure used in light mapping, a form of surface caching in which the brightness of surfaces in a virtual scene is pre-calculated and stored. You know what? F Wikipedia, you can suck my dick. Wait, wasn't this video about making a boss? Okay, so I found this cool fan art of Billy on my Discord server. You better join my Discord server. And we're just gonna yoink that idea and turn it into a boss for my game. Don't mind if I do, boy. So first I made the 3D model in Blender, and he's looking a bit flat, so I made him thick. Then I rigged him up, which is basically just to give him bones. And speaking of bones, I need some calcium. And here he is in game. He's a bit of a chunky boy, and I think I'm gonna call him Willy, since he's Billy's brother. Let's take him for a little test run and then see if he works in game, and yeah, looks pretty... Wait, no, no. I fixed him up, and he's not drunk anymore, which it's a step in the right direction, I think. So now all we have to do is give him 3 different attacks. Pretty simple. First, we just have to do a ton of stupid-ass code. Then we make some particles using Unity's particle system. And boom, here's the first attack in action. It's like a minigun, pow something. I don't really know, but it shoots bullets. The second attack is just him shooting home-seeking missiles, which will follow you, so you have to run through his legs and make the missile hit him. And I mean, for any epic gamer like me, this is a pretty basic maneuver, I would say. But hey, that's just me. Maybe you're not an epic gamer like me, and that's fine. You know, I get it. You suck. And the final attack is a giant f***ing laser. To make this laser, I use Unity's particle system. Then I did some stupid code to allow for dynamic length of the laser depending on the distance using a raycast to find boring, shut up, nerd, sound effects. And that's how to make a death ray laser of doom of the United States of America. Yeah, freedom, bitch. Don't try this at home, kids. Then I made a pillar in Blender, which is, it's a cube. It's just a cube. I'm not a 3D modeler, okay? Stop it. And then I broke it into many pieces, which is cool, because now Willy can do this. Boom! But so far, the boss fight is very easy, because you can just slice his legs. Chop, chop. So, therefore, I gave him a shockwave attack to blast the player away. I also made a stun particle effect thing using, of course, Unity's particle system, which means you can now temporarily stun him by making a rocket explode on him, and then you can hit his weak spot, which is on his back. Now that is an epic gamer moment if I've ever seen one. Smash like if that was epic gamers. If we can hit 1 million likes, I will literally drink milk. I'm not even joking. But I feel like we need to make the boss fight more dramatic, so I made a very dramatic map with some lava, baked lighting, and of course some black cinematic bars, because nothing screams cinematic more than 2 black bars. Am I right, gamers? In a world where black bars are totally dramatic and stuff. And here's the result of the totally dramatic boss battle.
Let me introduce you to Billy's brother.
Bro, my mouse keeps going away from the button because I'm on vacation, so my setup is literally a chair, and I'm using a chair next to a bed. I'm using the bed as a desk. So the mouse is sliding everywhere because it's not an even surface.
And listen, I already had an artist before I said that. I never said I needed an artist. Stop sending me your mixed. So anyway, I hit up my boy and we got to work on some music. Check out his YouTube channel and SoundCloud, there are links down below. We still haven't really settled on the exact style of music yet, but here's a very early version of one of the tracks he's been working on. He also also did some playtesting for the new Willy Boss, and clearly, you know, he's not an epic gamer like me, obviously. Nobody is. But I still got some good feedback from him, so yeah, you know, it's pretty good. One of the things I noticed when he played through the game, though, was that a lot of the time he didn't really know where to wall run, which again is understandable when you're not an epic gamer like me. But anyway, a lot of games have clear indicators of where you're supposed to go, like Mirror's Edge or whatever. You always know where you're supposed to wall run. So just to
Bro,
make
my
it
mouse
clear
keeps
for
going
you
off
idiots, I've now
Very
put
good.
a big ass arrow pretty much all over the map, so there's physically no way you can fail. Hopefully that satisfies all of you backseat baby gamers. Go drink some soy milk or something, you damn casuals. Get out of here. By the way, did I mention you should totally subscribe right now, slappers? Also check out my second channel. I've been posting some stuff there recently. Also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, MySpace, Club Penguin, RuneScape. You know the drill, gamers. Links down below. Also, if you want to play this game when it's finished, make sure you smash that wishlist button on Steam. We're currently the top 48 most
Sounds really scuffed.
in the entirety of Steam.
I literally forgot. Oh wait, yeah, you're talking about my setup. Yeah, kind of scuffed.
I really appreciate all of you little smash like if you like, smash dislike if you don't, and I'll see you in like 2 or 3 weeks. Unless you're subbed to my second channel, then I'll see you in like 3 days or something. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Alright, Milk Gang.
Man, I wish
Milk,
we could
it's
see him
sack,
again in
freak
like a
Billy,
week.
and beat your whip. Welcome back to another episode of Yay, short for what the fuck am I doing?
It's currently about 11:30 for me, so I'm gonna go get some lunch, maybe take a break, and then I'll probably come back and stream again. We currently have 56,046 bucks, and that's actually pretty good. We're on pace. We've done like half of the amount of money we want to get today so far, so probably a bit over half. So yeah, I'll see y'all in a little bit.